afternoon, friends and family. It's another edition of Neighborhood Spotlights. I used to be specific in saying Facebook friends and family. What? No, did you share it?
I'm trying to.
Jason, make sure she can share it so that we're streaming live on her stuff as well. We need all of the channels we can get since I can't be on Chad Levine on Facebook. Is it going? You let me know when you're ready. I can.
I'm getting there. Go ahead. I'm trying to
all
do
right.
all this.
Well, anyway, I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday afternoon. We always look forward to this show, and I hope you guys do too. The weather is beautiful. Thank God we've cooled off a little bit in the greater Philadelphia area because prior to this week, it has been ridiculously hot. I don't know how many of you have seen Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. When he comes out.
Oh my God, I rewatched that like 50 times when I was little. We knew every word.
Did you? Yeah. So you remember the part where he's like inside this fake zebra and he comes out of the butt? Like that's how hot. Like it's funny when people describe how hot, like temperatures, don't you just think of like physical, like sweat? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
It's horrible.
It's horrible. I want to tell everyone I am completely flattered to have not Mark Gatta today, but a prettier host, and I will say that with full confidence, Miss Christina Swain from Opus Elite Real Estate, the realtor in red, and all I can say is she is one badass mama. What's up, mama? Mama, I like that. Woo! What's up, mama?
We're ready to have fun today.
Talk to me about your world right now. What's going on in Christina's world? Because we don't get to do these that often on air. Go ahead. Give me the 411 on Christina Swain, and nothing's off limits. So whatever you want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the main thing is I've been working on the house, trying to get it ready for our big October party, October 8th.
Yes.
Trying to get the whole exterior ready and finally be done and have it acceptable for me.
Yeah.
So
it's hard. And tell everyone, you set the bar very high for yourself.
I do. Every time I turn around, I'm doing something else. I don't know. I can't just let things be.
Yeah.
I have to find something else everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, let's move this. Let's move it again. I'm nuts.
Yeah.
So,
but the end result, the end result, it always ends well for you, though, I think.
It does. And the driveway gets finished tomorrow with the pavers. So I'm excited.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else you want to share? Any trips? Because today's show has a theme to it. Any trips? Any fun? But you know what? Before I go off on tangents,
I need her to help me plan a fun trip. But I don't have any trips.
I'm going to bring this back actually. So one of the things we're going to be doing in Neighborhood Spotlights, we're going to try and make our shows territory based, right? So Christina has a big influence, does a lot of things, lives in Langhorne specifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we do this instead of me going off on ridiculous tangents, which is what I like to do? Why don't you tell everyone, again, give us a little blurb about Langhorne. Like if you were to sell someone, that's the wrong word. If you were to tell someone about it.
So I'm in the borough.
You're in the borough.
So Langhorne Borough is very small. And you have like Newtown Borough, you have Bristol Borough, and they're very much based around shopping.
Okay.
Whereas Langhorne Borough is very much based around community.
Okay.
Everybody kind of knows each other. We have a lot of fun events. Like tonight, we're having a concert in the park. It's our last of our summer series concerts in the park.
Okay.
This Sunday, we're going to tie in from last Neighborhood Spotlight. The Jean Marc's mural is going to be unveiled on Sunday at 2:00.
I saw you posted that video. That was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great to see it. I stopped out Saturday, hung out for an hour.
That's
just
cool.
To check out how everything's done. It was a really neat process.
That's
and ironically, the mural is on the back of the building that that Kari owns that we're going to interview today.
Oh, cool. Oh.
So it all ties together in Langhorne.
It all ties together. So we have those events coming up. What's Langhorne like in the fall? Is it a big fall festival town?
Yeah, we have Porch Fest coming up in September.
What is that?
We have bands that play on several porches and people kind of just hang out.
That's cool.
We have historic. We have our.
Can you walk with beers?
I believe so. You can at the concert. I don't know that I
Okay.
publicized to do that, be all loud about it, but yeah, they let you go over to the Langhorne Hotel, grab a beer, and go over and sit outside. So
Cool.
then we have ghost tours coming up in October. That's every Friday and Saturday. So that's
Wow.
going to be fun. And then we have our regular Langhorne Historic Day, which is, I believe, ends of September, beginning of October. I don't have the date off the top of my head. So we
So
have something going on all the time.
Langhorne
And
be
we have a
popping.
golf outing the end of September, the 31st, that the Garden Club's doing. And we're going to have them on next week.
Is that the golf course you live on?
Yeah, I live on the golf course. Now I live across the street from a golf course. Yes, that is it.
I just want to know. Maybe I should, miss the hole and end up in your pond or something.
With the fishes?
Yeah. Well, Langhorns, look, you're making a good case for it. Like, it's popping. You're making a good hit. I only ever knew a couple things, and I'm learning more and more from you, our Langhorne expert here. So listen, this is what we're gonna do, Christina. I'm gonna let you take over the show, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I'm gonna let you.
I don't know if you could do that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? I'm gonna let you take over. You could do it. The one thing I know about you is you can do anything.
That's true. I'll figure it out. That's my famous line. Figure it out.
So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go mute.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna talk.
You just intro her and do your thing. I'm gonna be your co-host.
All right, sounds good. Now you're really on mute. Next up for our interviewer of the day, we have Kari with Will Travel in our beautiful Langhorne Borough. She also has her business based out of a historic home, or historic commercial building, I should say, which has a lot of activity. I heard from your mother on Saturday. She was freaking me out. I'm like, don't tell me anymore, please. We're sleeping with the light on. Hey, Kari, how are you today?
Good. How about yourself, Christina?
Good. So give us a little bit of history. I know the mural's going to be on the back of the building that you're in, right? Give us a little bit of history. Your mother was a travel agent or is a travel agent. And I heard your mother.
My grandmother started the agency.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So we're actually celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. So three generations of women owned.
Nice.
So she started it back in 1972, and then my mother took over, and then now myself and my sister are involved in keeping it going. So my mom still works. She just does all New Zealand, Australia, where we do the whole world. So she's still involved, but kicked her out a little bit.
I can understand that. I worked with my mother for years.
I was going to say there's a common bond there. Yeah, I think Christina's mother handles New Zealand and Switzerland. What did you say?
I sent her over there.
Sell property there. There you go.
And your grandmother is going to be on the mural, right?
She is. She's actually kind of next to the QR code is my grandmother who started the business. So, yeah.
How cool is that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to stop. I want to stop it right there. I'm the fun guy, right? I'm the fun guy. So let's take it into context. This business was started when? Give me the year.
1972.
1972. So I'm gonna guess. that the business kind of evolves based on the demand of the travelers, right?
Yep.
So what were they booking in 1972? Let me guess. Disney World was big. And cruises? Was cruises big?
Cruises kind of came a little after that. So there was some, but it was definitely for the rich people at that time.
Right.
It wasn't until a little later when you got like the carnivals to come in that kind of mass marketed cruises. Hawaii was a big thing then, and Bermuda was really popular. But they even had the old thing for tickets. We don't do any of that anymore.
That's cool.
I see in all the older people's houses, everybody's got the Don Ho stuff, tiny bubbles, like all the Hawaii stuff from the 70s. You're right on that.
Yeah.
It's all coming back.
That was definitely popular. Yep.
Oh, awesome. So what are your main trips that you're booking today? What does everybody want to go and do today after COVID?
Well, everybody's just anxious to go somewhere after COVID, so certainly it was a, eventful couple of years there for us, but demand is back. Europe is really in demand. So Europe is very popular. Anything from, a few days in Paris to river cruises or ocean cruises, but Europe seems to really be the draw right now because people did kind of do some local domestic stuff last year because with COVID they could still do that, but Europe really just because they started dropping restrictions and it just it like just major demand. And so if you are thinking about it, I'd probably push it a little bit because it's still a little busy and crazy there.
So what's the advantage of going with a travel agent versus me going to Expedia?
We always say we're there with you before, during, and after the trip. So, we can help you look at different options, something you think might work. I had people in today, they were looking at something on a certain date. And I said, well, you realize the weather is going to be an issue then. And I was able to, we talk it over. We found a better day for them to go. So it's just knowledge in advance. We have access to many different prices. So, the old adage, we're more expensive isn't the truth. Sometimes we're even less, or we have a bonus that we can give you. And then during the trip, you have issues, there's somebody to call and contact. And then after, with COVID these days, a lot of people still waiting for refunds and things like that. We've been doing that for 2 years, and we're your advocate. So we're out there trying to get those refunds or exchanges for you, where Expedia is not necessarily going to be able to do that for you.
No, they're going to ignore you. I hope you go away.
Or just it's too hard to get them on the phone. I'm here. I'm right down the street. I've had people knock on my door, find me. So.
I could see that happening in the borough without a doubt.
Yeah, it does.
So are a lot of people getting travel insurance? Do you recommend that to people?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I still have a few people who, take the gamble and don't, but with COVID these days, definitely get it and find out what it includes. Because some people assume it'll include everything. Even when the countries were shutting down, people assumed it was covered. It wasn't. So you have to make sure you get a good policy that has a lot of different coverages for you. But it's definitely something, because with the flight changes and lost luggage, it's definitely something you want to have right now, just as a little extra. I travel. I always tell people I take it. So that tells you I don't scam.
Hold on. I want to ask you one question.
Go for it.
So are you is it like I always wondered this. So do you try every trip?
I wish I could.
No, I'm just curious. I didn't know, is it one of these things where I'm thinking as you as the travel agent, you live this exotic, adventurous life and you go to all these places. Is that not the case? Or
it is and it isn't. I've been very, very lucky. I've been able to travel a lot of places. The pictures on my wall are just some of the places I've been. So I've been very fortunate. I have been able to. Some agents don't might have things that keep them home and they can't, family obligations or something like that. We tend to, the places tend to invite us in the off season. So I've been in a lot of great places, but not necessarily when I would send somebody there, So, but I am very lucky. I have gotten to see a lot of things. And sometimes it's just, wow, I see a great price come through and be like, I want to take this trip. So, it's not always they called them fam trips back in the day. It's not always like that. It's, sometimes it's just great. We take advantage of the opportunities that everybody else can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing today, a lot of flights are getting canceled. Let's say somebody's traveling and you have to do connecting flights and then one gets canceled. Are you guys there to help when that happens?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what we're there for. I mean, I've had times where, we're on the phone rescheduling them and, they're in line waiting, but we're able to get through to something. We have a system where we can look at other flights, where if you just book it on with American.com, you're tough, but I can look at all different airlines and say, hey, there's another flight on United at this time. But yeah, that's definitely where we're there. And it is something, unfortunately, that's happening quite a bit right now. And sometimes, I do say the only constant right now in travel is change, because it's just been the demand coming back and they just weren't, it just came in so fast that they weren't able to be ready for it. So it's and with
Oh,
COVID
so that's what's
restrictions, you
going
never know.
on.
Yeah,
That's why everybody's flight's getting canceled. Okay.
yeah.
Because
I
I've
mean, a
heard
lot of
about that a
pilots
lot.
didn't come back and things like that. So it's staffing is an issue as well as, but we thought with COVID it would slowly come back, but it's just gone gangbusters. So I think the airlines weren't as prepared, and you think it's not just the airline, it's the TSA, it's the air traffic control, like so many pieces of it that need to be at full, staffing and all that.
Yeah, so you guys really take the stress out of it. Because I know if I was there, I get really stressed out when I have to travel to the airport. And I'd be like freaking out if my flight got canceled.
Yeah. Even
So
if
that
we're
really
just there
does.
to be a voice, to help them through things,
Yeah, I think that would definitely take the stress out of travel for me, knowing that just somebody else is there and it's not
Right.
all on me to figure it out when I'm in an airport where I'm, no real computer,
Exactly. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how long have you lived in Langhorne? Your whole life?
Yeah, I was born and raised right in the borough, right around the corner from the office. So I've been here my whole life. I love Langhorne. It's a great little town. Like you said, it's about community, and I love that. When I was little, like everybody knew what you were up to. So
that's not good.
But some things with that, but now it's I think we try to support each other in town too, the local businesses, which is great, and so it's a great town. And I was served on borough council up until this last year.
I heard you were 10 years.
I think it was 8.
Okay,
it was
that's
2
so
terms.
Crazy.
Yeah. But it was my father had been a councilman. Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'll try my hand at it. So I tried the local politics thing too. But because I love the town, I just wanted to keep involved.
Yeah. Wow, you guys got a lot of history.
Yeah.
Yep. So your mother was telling me about all the ghosts in the building.
Yeah, we're supposed to be. I've had experiences, I would say, things that just don't sit right for sure. It's been a long time since I've had anything.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. I heard the basement's the spot not to go.
The building was built. They put the cornerstone down in 1899. I think it was completed in 1901 as a bank. So we have the old vault and everything. And the stories are one of the ghosts is the bank vice president. Stuff like that. I'm like, I just hope I'm not still coming to work. You don't want
to come to work in another 100 years?
Yeah, I'll be on a beach somewhere with a drink on my pillow. I'm not coming in here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we've been a part of the ghost tour, which is great for town too. And it's nice because it's not just scary ghost stories, it's about the history too, that the Historic Association does that.
Yeah, I saw that was coming out, and then your mother was telling me a little bit about it, and they were able to trace who the ghosts are because they had recordings, and the ghosts said their names.
Yeah, there was a group came in and they did, some of the digital recordings and got some stuff in the basement. So, it's interesting.
Maybe the ghosts just like to travel, they want to get there. And who's going?
Yeah, they think some of them might be, this building wasn't here, but the Richardson House was, and some of the ones nearby during the Revolutionary War. So they think there could be some of that too. Some of the ghosts.
Wow.
I want to ask you,
to think about.
What's the most lavish vacation you've ever planned for somebody? I mean, I'm talking like dollar wise. Like, give me a good one.
I've done some yacht charters. Those are always good when people charter yachts and go throughout the Caribbean. Some like deluxe hotels, the luxury hotels and lodges. But probably like when people think lavish Kardashian type of thing would be like a yacht charter. That
so, what was how much was the vacation? Give me an idea.
Yeah, how much does that cost? Because I want to do that.
Well, depending, the one I did most recently was probably like $150,000.
Woo! Coming out of Langhorne Borough, huh?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know if they lived here.
Whoa!
Luckily, I get referrals from some other mainline and stuff like that.
Wow. $150,000. Was that for 1 week?
Yeah, like 10 days. It was a 10-day.
Were they retired?
No,
younger?
Yes. Yeah. But like young and retired, so had money.
Yes. They're just
Wow.
starting the adventure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's something you take your family to, like you know, so it's friends and family. So for when there's a few people, when the yacht can hold a few people, it's a nice trip. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's woo. That's some serious cheese.
I don't get to do that a lot, but that would be the most lavish, I would say.
What's that show, Below Deck?
Yeah.
Watch an episode of that. It's like doing that. Right.
There you go. Yep.
Chartering.
All right. So then what's your I know we're supposed to be talking about Langhorne more, but I kind of
we're not. Keep going. This is more, this is fun too.
So like what is your favorite? Okay, we'll start out of the country and then we'll go in the country. Out of the country, what's your favorite spot?
It's tough. I probably have about top 5, but usually South Africa is probably my favorite.
South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Or like
what do you do there? Do you
jungle,
ride the animals? Yeah.
safari?
Yeah, you do the safari, which is and which is amazing in itself. And I tell people, if you haven't done it, you have no concept till you really do it, how amazing it really is. But what I like about South Africa
on the safari, because that's a concern of mine.
You get attacked.
Every time I see somebody doing that, I'm like, are they going to get attacked? Yeah, I'm afraid.
No.
I'm afraid of animals.
That's why you listen to the rangers when they tell you what to do.
Oh, okay.
You listen to them, but
you
no,
won't be wearing
I've
red.
been on about 5, 6, and I've not been scared at all.
You won't be wearing red on the safari.
No, don't wear red on this.
Or in Pamplona. In Pamplona, you cannot wear red.
That's another good place not to do it. Yep. But what South Africa's great is because they also have a wine district. They have beautiful cities like the city of
Johannesburg, right?
Johannesburg, not as much.
No.
But Cape Town is like a gorgeous, on the sea. Right outside of there, you have wine districts and there's garden routes. So it's got like almost everything. But then you throw in, a safari, which is only place you can really do that is Africa. So it just gives you a lot of different things. And it's just one of those places that stays with you after you leave.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law went to Seychelles.
Oh, the Seychelles are beautiful.
And that's is that South Africa?
That's it. Yeah, it's off of Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. They said
it's south, but it's not part of the country. Yeah.
Okay, now talk about Europe, because this is a big topic for me. I'm big in. Have you done any Europe, Christina?
I have not.
Okay.
I literally go nowhere.
I'm going to tell you something. You have to, once you get the European bug, like once you try one European city, it's intoxicating. It's like, now I just want to do every part of Europe. So I've done London. I've done the coast of Italy. I just got back from Greece. Spain's on my list. I have not done Paris. So tell me, what's your spot in Europe?
For me personally, my favorite?
Yeah.
It's tough. There's so many. I do really like Italy. I love Tuscany. I like Italy because same with France. I find that each region is very different. So you could spend a week in Tuscany would be very different than a week on the Amalfi Coast. France, a week in Paris would be very different than a week in Burgundy, per se. So I kind of lean probably more towards those two. But like once you get over there, you want to see all the countries, and they all are special and have their own, things that make you come back for sure.
Yeah. Christina, you have to go.
Okay. I'll head over there.
Like I'm telling
Who's
you.
Who's coming with me?
And you know where I would start her, Kari? And I'm not a travel agent, but like
Here I go alone. The adventure.
No, I'm a food person. And I like giving people suggestions. I bet you're like this too. I don't know what you call it. You want people to enjoy your suggestions. Are you the same way? So like for me, when I make a food suggestion, I hope someone has the same experience that I do. So I would start Christina in the Amalfi Coast. I'd send her right to Sorrento and to Positano, because when you try the food and you see what's around you, it will blow your mind. It will absolutely blow your mind. Am I right?
It is beautiful. Yep.
Here's the first question you'll get out of me, though.
It's not 150 grams.
I would ask is there a gym there?
There will be gyms at the hotels.
There's a gym. There's a huge gym next to the beautiful big toilets that Europe has.
I don't care about the toilet. I care about the gym.
Lots of hills, so you'll get a workout walking up the hills too.
Okay.
No gym for the week. Only pasta. Pasta all week for you. Pasta.
No.
Okay. Give me, and then we're gonna show one more thing, and we're gonna let Kari go for the sake of time. Kari, bring me into the U.S. What's the spots? What are people? You know what? Forget that. What are people go? What are you seeing that would find us? What would surprise us? What are you seeing a lot of people going to in the U.S.?
In the U.S., that would surprise.
Yeah. You see a lot of Midwest. Because that would kind of
not so much. National parks is kind of the one, but they've been big the past couple of years because people could go to them. So national parks was always the one.
Fair enough.
California, but doing some of the places outside of the norm, not just San Francisco, not just Los Angeles, go up the coast, do something like that. It's always good. Fall's coming up, so always New England is good for that too. So, and then you could just drive. You don't have to worry about the flights and all the problems,
Christina, you been to any of these spots?
I've been to California.
Where?
I've been to San Francisco.
Okay.
Or just outside. My friend moved there from here, so.
All right.
And I've been to Maine, or not Maine, but like Massachusetts, Vermont.
All right. You had the chowder?
Yes.
You had the chowder?
That was back when I used to eat like that, yes.
All right. So I'm going to sum this up, and then I'm going to let Kari go, and we're going to play our video. Kari, all right? You are going, the money is limitless. Okay. There's no budget. No budget. Okay. You're going to plan a trip for somebody that's just retired from 40 years of hard labor, and they're going to give you 6 months to go away. Right? Limitless. Where are we going?
Well, with 6 months, you could do a lot. So you could do an around the world cruise. They do around the world cruises that you could do on some of the luxury lines. So that's one. Or charter a plane and have that take you around the world in 6 months.
Now that's what I'm talking about. You charter planes?
We could charter planes.
Okay. Mark Gatta, when you rewatch this show, from now on, when you want to recruit an agent, there's nothing short of bringing on charter planes. What do you think of that, Christina?
I like it. I think I might quit and come back.
That's incentive. That's for sure.
So I'm gonna sum this up by saying thank you. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I bet you didn't think I'd find that much interest in what you do, but I always find a way. Christina, you did a great job bringing this in, and she is killing it in Langhorne for us. By the way, she is our Langhorne aficionado. So tell us how to get a hold of you, how to contact you, and message to everyone. And I'm going to give them a PSA for you. Use the travel agents. They know more, and you will pay the same, if not less. How's that sound?
That's perfect. That sums it up perfectly. But so our website is www.will.travel. So there's no .com or anything after that. Throws people off. Email is getaway@will.travel. Phone number 215-741-5150. And we are in office. So a lot of agents are home based now, but we do have an office. So we're right on Bellevue Avenue. You can always come in and see us too.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for your time. We will let you go take your next call, hopefully to Tahiti. That's where we want to go. And Christina and I are going to debut. Can we do it today, Christina? Can we debut
we can do it. I'm good.
Okay. This is a raw, uncut version. Jason, are we ready? Jason, are we ready? I'm Chad Levine, the superstar lender from Concord Home Mortgage.
We're excited to tell you about our new series,
House Story. It's all about exploring homes with character in your local area.
Be on the lookout for upcoming events and episodes.
Stay tuned. Well, Kari, tell us what you thought of that. Be honest.
I thought that was great. I look forward to seeing them. So all sounds good.
I thought it was good. Jason,
thought
that was
that was
straight
good.
fire. That was straight fire, Jason. I'm not gonna lie. Good job.
It's all to lead up to the big October 8th party at my house. Come tour the oldest house in Langhorne Borough, 1690.
Tour the oldest house in Langhorne Borough. Langborn. We're gonna start a new hashtag. Langhorne be poppin'.
Oh, that's a good one.
Langhorne be pop. You like that?
Yeah.
You want to get some shirts?
I don't know. Maybe.
Christina, I got to tell you something. I love you co-hosting. And Mark, I love you, but Christina is way better to look at. Yes, she is. Telling everyone out there. Sorry, Mark, just being honest. Christina, I'm going to let you give the send-off to everyone because we're going to see more of you on this show. So
Okay,
you
sounds good.
close out the show for us today, Christina.
All right. October 8th, I'm going to plug it again. Party.
Plug it.
Everybody's invited. Come check out my house, the oldest house in Langhorne Borough, October 8th, starting at 1 o'clock, open house style from 1 to 5. Live music, free food. No reason not to come. And me and Chad.
Yeah.
And Mark.
And Mark. And Volkan.
And Volkan. Thank you, Kari, for your time and giving us an insight into your business. It was.
You're welcome.
I learned a lot. Now I know I need you.
And thank you for watching another edition of Neighborhood Spotlights. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel, same cheesy music. Peace.
See ya.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Still on. I'm still here. Jason, I'm the only one on the show.
I lost my internet connection, so I can't turn it off, but I'm gonna get it right now.
You can't turn it off. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna turn it off. Bye, everyone.